Sagittarius. I'm on vacation, so I had a little bit of extra time this week, so I'm going to upload an extra reading. This isn't going to take place of the weekly read, it's just going to kind of be an extra one. So we're going to very quickly pull a 5-card movie star spread. Confusion, delusion, lunacy. Something isn't quite clear to you right now. You're feeling, I don't want to say off kilter. You're feeling left in the dark. You're feeling like there is information that is purposely being held from you. But you're determined to get down to the bottom of it because you recognize that the information that you need to make a wise decision is just right at your fingertips. It's almost like, I don't know if you read mystery novels. Do you ever get to the point where you want to make a guess at what you think is happening, but you're like, but I just need to verify this one piece of information? That's where you're at right now. You're in detective mode. You're sleuthing in order to figure out what it is that you need to do. The process feels very burdensome, and you're ready to make a change in order to end whatever situation that you're dealing with. If this is a vocational situation, you just want to finish up a project and get moving on to the next thing. If this is a personal relationship, there might be some conflict that you want to resolve, or just an issue that you want to recognize can be dropped and left alone. Because that's what you're doing right here. You want to complete a particular project. You feel like everybody else is taking this very lightly, but for you, it's a very serious thing, and you can't move on to the next steps. You're really, really stuck on fixing this particular problem in order for you to move forward. The reality of the situation is there's a time frame on what you're doing. There's a fast moving energy, and you have to balance it out and make this decision very quickly. Other words, you're going to have, I guess, the short end of the stick if you don't meet this particular time frame to fix the problem. This feels very vocational to me. It feels like maybe a work or a school project that has to be completed so you can just move on to the next thing. Let me get one more thing to try and clarify here. It's confusing. Yeah, see, you recognize that what you're doing here has a great deal of importance in order for you to move on to the next step. So if this isn't right, moving on to the next step, so it's almost like a little bit of work on the foreground will save you a lot of work on the back end regarding this particular project. So like I said, if it's a vocational project, you want to get it done right so you can get it off your desk and move the new thing in. The new thing might be dependent on this being correct. However, if this is more of a personal thing, you want to make sure you have this right before you move on, because this is the last time you want to discuss or deal with this particular problem or situation. So it almost feels like you've dealt with something like this before if it's a personal relationship, that you're like, oh, not this again. Let me make sure I handle it the right way so I never have to deal with it again. Sagittarius, this is a tough one. Cross your I's, dot your T's, go back over everything before you push this to the side, because it feels like it's really, really important that this has to be correct and complete. So yeah, get into your sleuthing phase and really, really become not only the politician, but the detective that gets down to every little detail and has the recipe to drop the burden and move forward. Make sure it feels right when you move on. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will talk to you next week.